Greetings to my subscribers and YouTube viewers. Today I'm going to be discussing the installation of a Shimano XT Shadow M772 mountain bike 9-speed rear derailleur and 10-speed Shimano SLX HG81 mountain bike 1136T cassette, as well as a Shimano Ultegra 10-speed asymmetric chain. This combination will prove beneficial to those either in training for hill climb challenges like the Victorian Three Peaks event with its ludicrously steep inclines. Don't believe anything else, they are ludicrously steep inclines. I'm making this video as there is no available YouTube video describing this conversion, which is proven to be perfectly reliable despite some saying that it will not work with Ultegra 10-speed bar mount shifters. So without further ado, let's go through the basics of the conversion, starting with the advantages of the XT Shadow 9-speed rear derailleur. As you can see before you, the XT 9-speed derailleur. Now, one of the big advantages of this derailleur is that it eliminates the large 180-degree loop that would normally come around on a traditional Ultegra short cage rear derailleur. So from here it just comes straight out and along and onto the frame. This eliminates a lot of friction and it really does improve the shifting quality quite significantly. Another aspect is the Shimano Asymmetric Chain. Now this caused me a little bit of confusion and some hassles when I installed it because I didn't even realise it was an asymmetric chain, but if you put it on the wrong way the shift quality is significantly degraded. So with this particular chain there is manufacturer writing or lettering on one side of the chain and the other side of the chain has nothing. This particular chain needs to be installed with the manufacturer logo and writing facing you. Now another aspect of this particular conversion when you're doing the installation, which is easy to stuff it up when the bike is upside down, is the cable must attach onto the attachment point at the top part here. If you run it and attach it on the bottom point, the shift quality simply will be disastrous. Down the bottom set of sprockets here you will have to shift it twice or two indexing points on the bar shifter for it to move one sprocket. So it's critical that when this cable is installed it comes through on the higher point, which you can see here. It comes straight out of the outer cable and then attaches onto this higher point. Obviously another advantage of the XT long cage rear derailleur is the ability to fit a 36 tooth cassette sprocket. Not only that, but I'm suspecting that you may be able to fit up to a 40 tooth cassette sprocket with some of the aftermarket mountain bike type sprockets that are available, because there's plenty of room down the bottom here. Once you wind the B screw in, there's heaps of room to clear the 36 tooth sprocket. What else can I make mention? The gearing is equivalent to a granny gear on a triple. So let's say a Haza type flat bar mountain bike with a triple which has a 30 tooth front chain wheel as its granny gear type chain wheel, and it has a 30 tooth largest rear cassette sprocket. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. With a road bike, because you only have two sprockets on the crank, in my case I have a compact crank, so it's a 34 tooth smallest chain wheel. I have a 36 tooth cassette sprocket on the rear, so I actually have less than 1-to-1 ratio, which is equivalent of a triple. So with this system here, by putting the mountain bike 10-speed 1136T cassette on there, I'm effectively giving myself the gearing ratio of a triple on a road bike. That also pays benefits if you happen to be running, let's say, a compact cassette, if you're doing roads like Beach Road, for example, heading out to Frankston from the city, because it gives you the option of running mountain bike type gearing or running a compact cassette for flat road work. This particular long cage derailleur will work with a 1223 cassette on there, which it surprised me, but it does work. Now the pull ratio for the 9-speed rear derailleur here, this XT 9-speed rear derailleur, is the same as the pull ratio on the Ultegra 10-speed bar shifters. You cannot do this type of conversion with a Dynassist type rear derailleur because the pull ratio is different. I believe it's much closer to a SRAM 1-to-1 style ratio. So that's the reason why you have to go for a 9-speed, either a 9-speed Derailleur or a 9-speed XT rear derailleur, so that it will work. The pull ratio will be identical so that it can work with an Ultegra set of bar shifters. So as best I can, I'm going to try to give you a demonstration of how the system operates. So I know this is going to be a little bit shaky, but let's see how we go. Okay, obviously it's a little bit tricky trying to change the gears when the bike's sitting in the air, hanging off ropes effectively from the rafters on the in the garage. But as you can see, it operates perfectly. When you're on the road, it operates flawlessly. So for those that say that it can't be done, absolute garbage. It can be done, as proven here. This was a straight installation. The rear derailleur just bolted onto the hanger without any issues at all. The plumbing of the cable to the rear derailleur goes on without any issues. In my case, I used the same outer cable. I just simply cut the cable shorter, plumbed it all together. So if you are choosing to train for hill climbs or hill climb events, and you want gearing that allows you to spin, so let's say like Chris Froome or whatever it might be, this particular combination will allow you to do that. It doesn't matter how steep the incline is, you'll be able to spin. So I hope that's been of benefit, and for the naysayers out there, this video has well and truly proven them wrong. So if someone is telling you that it can't be done, just show them this video and prove to them that it can. Hope this has been of benefit. See you next time.